We have fraud on the Federal Reserve. Yes, we have breaking news. Lisa Cook is now under investigation for fraud, mortgage fraud to be exact. And I'm going to break it all down in today's video on why this could have huge impacts for our entire economy, not just here, but globally, in the stock markets, in real estate, and in cryptocurrency. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I actually dove deep into this and looked at why this could affect our markets, why it could affect the financial markets, and not only the stocks, not only the real estate, but also crypto, because this is absolutely insane. And it's coming at a time right before the Jackson Hole economic event that happens every single year. So Lisa Cook is one of 7 governors and a Democrat on the Federal Reserve that was appointed by Biden. Why is that important? Because she is a Democrat and was not appointed by Donald Trump. So of course he would want one of his own appointees to be in a position that would align with his views and Republicans. And so the Federal Reserve sets interest rates and has an influence on the economy, which is why we have not had rate cuts. Donald Trump, we as investors want rate cuts. We're factoring it in already, and then all of a sudden we get this hawkish news from Jerome Powell and some of the data points that come out where it's a little bit of inflation, or maybe some numbers aren't exactly where we wanted them. And so then they're saying, hey, yeah, no rate cuts. Nope. Just gonna have to keep pausing. And Jerome Powell is out of there next year. So he can push it off as long as he can so that Donald Trump does not get his way, which, boo, we want the opposite. We want the rate cuts to come. So this is why it's really big, because basically Bill, who runs the FHFA, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, he oversees those mortgage giants. And so he was appointed by Donald Trump. Well, guess what? Donald Trump wants rate cuts to happen. And so if it was up to him, Jerome Powell and all the Democrats would be off of the Federal Reserve Committee. And so in 2021, Bill found out that Lisa Cook had 2 homes. She had a home in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and she had a condo in Atlanta. Okay, so she has 2 houses. What's the big deal? Well, when you say that you are a primary resident, so this is my primary residency, then you get lower interest rates for that house. Well, Lisa Cook, she had those 2 houses, and she told both banks that the houses were primary residences, which in terms is mortgage fraud. That is mortgage fraud because you can't have 2 primary. You can only have 1. And not only did she have 2, but these were within 15 days of purchase. So some people would say, well, maybe she changed her mind. Well, did she change her mind, buy a house, get to Atlanta, and then buy the condo all in 15 days, get a bank, everything, which that's absolutely insane. If you've bought a house, you know it's longer than 15 days. But what about doing 2 of those in 15 days? And guess what? It's completely across the country. So that is why it is important, because you can only have 1 primary residence. So Bill said, hey, you committed mortgage fraud, and accused her in public that she committed mortgage fraud. And Donald Trump sees this, and he says, you know what? She needs to resign, which, yeah, that is mortgage fraud. But Lisa came out and she said, hey, I did nothing wrong. That was before I was on the Fed. Okay. That still means that you committed a crime. So you're saying that if you commit a crime beforehand, you shouldn't be accused because now you're on the government? That makes no sense. I think that in itself is already shady. But yeah, so she said it was before I joined the Fed. Why does this have an important role in the economy? Because if she gets kicked off, if she resigns, which she says she's not going to get bullied into resigning, but she is definitely a criminal at this case. By the law, you cannot have 2 primary residencies. And she had 2 homes that she bought within 15 days, a home and a condo, one in Michigan, one in Atlanta, Georgia. And she said that it was her primary residency on both. This is all, she signed it. It's from both banks. You can go look this stuff up. There's all kinds of documents out on the internet already. But this has a huge impact because if she resigns, Trump gets to appoint someone that now will align with what he is already thinking, what Republicans and what people that are for the markets to absolutely explode and take off and be in a bull cycle. What we want is the rate cuts. And so if he can appoint one of his people and not have Joe Biden's people on there, then now it is one step closer to rate cuts. And especially because last time that they voted, there was already 2 that were leaning towards rate cuts. That would mean 3, and Jerome Powell's already getting all this pressure. Guess what? Rate cuts are on the horizon. So this is just a little bitty thing that has absolutely blown up today. It's all over the internet. It's all over Yahoo and Fox and everywhere because this would actually have a huge implication. And this is coming at a crucial time because the Jackson Hole Economic Annual Event is happening right now, August 22nd on Friday. So Jerome Powell's going to speak, and you better believe he's probably going to get some questions about this. It's going to be, thrown into some interviews and all kinds of stuff. And we also get to see how he's already leaning. So if he's already leaning towards rate cuts, maybe this isn't a thing. Maybe this is like, hey, you know what, Lisa, it's okay. But I doubt that's going to happen. I feel like Jerome Powell's going to be hawkish. And even if he's not hawkish, guess what? Trump wants to have control of the Fed. He wants to have more control. Republicans want control. We want control to be able to actually be able to move the economy how we want to align with policies and everything like that. So this is crazy. It's absolutely insane. Some of the things that will move the markets. And yeah, it's just wild. I had conversations today with people, with some friends, some coworkers. It is absolutely insane. The things that come out that move the markets, that either scare people or make people super bullish. If you like things like this, breaking news about markets and how they're reacting, if you like credit cards and crypto and stocks and investing and budgeting and personal finance, this is the channel for you. Comment down below what you think will happen with this. Do you think she will resign or get fired? Or do you think this is all going to be pushed to the side like nothing ever happened? Like and subscribe for future content. And remember, you can do all things through him that give you strength. Peace.